Hello, I'm Josh. Welcome to Hazel's Adventures. This is our 1951 Kaiser Deluxe we call Hazel, and we want you to come right along with us on our adventures.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of Hazel's upgrades. I apologize if there's wind and noise on these videos. It has been really warm, and then I go to work on the car and it turns out in the 40s and windy. So that's how it always seems to go. But today's goal will be to finish up the rear end, which hopefully that goes smoothly, and then get the engine and transmission pulled out in the barn, get them separated, and have the engine on the engine stand and the transmission on the table ready to work on. So hopefully we can get those goals done. Let's get to working. All right, so we did get the pinion yoke off. Doesn't look too bad. Where it's been running on the seal surface, I can sand that up a little bit with some really fine emery cloth, polish it up, and then I'll clean up the rear end, get the old seal out, and we'll pop the new one in real quick. Okay, new pinion seal is in. Pinion's all tightened up, cleaned it up a little bit. Seal did give me a little bit of trouble, but it is all together. All I gotta do is put oil in the rear end, and we should not have any more leaks or little puddles from the rear end. Okay, now that the rear end's done, I got it off the ramps in the back, got it pulled up onto the ramps on the front. Now it's time to start unbolting all the transmission mounts, small things like the speedometer cable, that kind of stuff, exhaust, and motor mounts, and it'll be ready to come out. If you're curious, we just pulled it up there with the side-by-side. So, and yes, most of the time I have to work on things in the dirt. So yeah, super fun. But it's so everything is unbolted. The engine is ready to come out. But yeah, it came up a quick little super breezy rain. I tried to throw the cover on it before I ran away, but it blew back off. I got all my distributor and everything wet. So on that, I'm gonna call it a day for today. And it is ready to come out. It'll come out first thing tomorrow morning. I gotta pick all my tools up and everything because everything got soaked, and it had like 30-mile-an-hour winds from this little cloud that came over, blew everything over. So that's just the way it goes. But we'll get her out tomorrow and start taking her apart. So. Good morning, everyone. This is day 3 of the Hazel upgrades. We're definitely getting that motor out here in a little while, even though you may kind of laugh at the way we got to do it. See, because we're in the yard. I don't have enough room in the barn, and the barn's just dirt anyway. So we have my very old, beat up, been through everything you can think of cherry picker. Doesn't even have wheels on part of it. And what we basically are going to have to do once we get it off the trailer and chained on here, we'll start jacking up the motor and the transmission, and instead of moving a cherry picker, we have to move the car. So we will attach the car to the side-by-side, and I will slowly pick up the motor and then go slowly move the car and continue doing that till the motor's all the way out hanging. Then after that, I'll have to put some stuff on my old bottomless trailer and then be able to put the motor on there, strap it to it, and then we can move it into the barn to put it onto the engine stand and get it all parked. So yeah, we will commence with that in a few seconds. transmission are out, mounted to the trailer, ready to go into the barn. And we will commence disassembly once we get them mounted on the stand and the transmission off. All right, now that's in the barn, we're gonna do a little cleanup before we get it on the stand. Gonna be removing the oil filter, the coil, starter, stuff like that. Transmission's unbolted, but I got a few things there that I gotta get out of the way before we can pull it off. And then we'll get it picked up with a cherry picker that's lived its hard life and get it on the engine stand. Well, after longer than I anticipated, I have the transmission and engine separated. Now, I've worked on a lot of things, cars, trucks, motorcycles, ATVs, but I haven't really worked on many things before like 1970. And this is 1951 with an automatic transmission. So I have never in my life seen, which maybe you Kaiser people and Hydromatic people know, but 30 bolts holding it to the flywheel. 30. Like modern day torque converters use like 6. 2-piece torque converter. No, I don't even know how that works. I mean, clearly I'm going to find out, but just definitely a learning experience taking apart an older vehicle. So I'm going to get the transmission set up on the table. I'm going to get that flywheel off and then get that on the engine stand. That might be all I do today. Not sure, but this just blew my mind when I was taking out 30 bolts and then fluid started pouring out, and yeah, definitely a different ball game it used to be. So well, after much more work than I intended, the engine is finally on the engine stand. It's on there. Transmission's still on the ground because it's super heavy, and that's where it's going to stay for now. That's going to end our day 3 adventures. Certainly getting behind on schedule, but tomorrow will be the fun part of starting to tear things apart. Not that we haven't been tearing it apart the whole time, but the engine and the transmission. Hopefully we can at least get some of that done tomorrow. And there's no way I'm going to be able to get it all done this week like I thought I could. So, plus there's parts that I'm going to end up needing, but that's how it goes. So I'm going to pick up my tools and rest my back until tomorrow.